Hi everybody, it's Julie. I hope you're having a great Monday. Today I'm going to be making a Thanksgiving card, and I thought it would be fun to do kind of a scenic effect. And I've done a variation of this card before in the past, but I thought it would be really fun to do a spin-off because I'd seen a painting in a shop window that really was also inspiring based on birch trees. So I'm going to die cut the Birch Trio by Memory Box from some heavyweight Neenah cardstock. This is 110 pound. And then I'm also going to die cut a deer by Impression Obsession from some Jen Hadfield gold cardstock. And it's really luscious, luxurious stuff. It's very shiny and bright, warm gold. And the deer is going to look really stunning in that. So to create the forest effect, I needed to separate my birch trees, and my card base is going to be Taffy Card Shop, and I absolutely love this color of cardstock. It is a fantastic neutral, and I reach for it quite a bit. I'd even buy this paper by the ream if I could possibly get it, but so far they haven't answered my wishes. I'll have to put a bug in their ear, yeah? So now I'm going to create a horizon line for my deer because he's kind of floating off in space. And to my knowledge, deer don't just kind of suspend themselves in midair. So I'm kind of using his legs there as a guide. And I probably should have just drawn a solid line because now I'm locked into where he's going to have to go. But that's all good. It's going to keep the depth perception on the card intact. So I know exactly where he's got to go. Now to mount delicate die cuts, my friend Christina Werner often uses tiny dots of Tombow Mono Multi. And I've been doing that lately, and I find, wow, that's really awesome. It works great. So I'm going to mount all the delicate die cut pieces here with these little tiny spots of glue applied to the backs of those areas. And then to get him mounted in place, I kind of had to shift where my tweezers were holding him because I couldn't quite, figure out exactly where, even though I had those gaps, I couldn't quite figure out where he needed to go. So we'll get him mounted into place there. That's a lot easier. I had to grab him by the horns there. Isn't that an expression? I probably got it wrong, but for some reason that's running through my head. My husband uses that expression. So now I'm going to take some wax paper and just kind of burnish him down, make sure he's glued down nicely. And I noticed that a couple of the spaces or chads, negatives, whatever you want to call them, from his antlers were kind of still stuck there. So I had to pick those out with a pin. And then to glue the birch trees, I'm going to apply the same technique, but my birch trees are taller than my card, and so I needed to crease my card so that the overhang that has glue on the back wouldn't get glued to the back side of my card and create a mess for me when I needed to trim them off. So, and pardon my hair, I must be having, bad hair day, but it's not a bug. It's not a bug antenna. So there you can see the overhang effect. I'm going to get the other tree mounted into place and use the same method and get that in. See, doggone it. It's not a bug. It's just me. And then I can go ahead and burnish that down into place there with the wax paper again and my bone folder. That's really a nice way to smooth that out and make sure it's adhered across all surfaces there. And then I keep a little trash bin on my desk, and I have to remind myself to kind of empty it. But when I'm trimming off things or fussy cutting, it's kind of nice to pull that trash bin over when I can remember, and then let all the bits kind of fall down into the trash bin so I don't have to do so much cleanup off my work surface. And then I'm going to gold emboss a greeting. This is a Thanksgiving banner by Hero Arts, and this stamp is so new, it doesn't even have an index label on it. It's like a prototype. But I'm just going to go ahead and ink it up with Versamark and then stamp onto some scrap Neenah 110 pound that was laying around. And then I'm just going to apply some gold embossing powder to it, shake that off really quickly, and then I can heat it. And it's a really pretty gold. I love the way it looks with this whole finished effect on the card. So we'll go ahead and trim this out. And once again, I had to remember to take my bucket here and start trimming away. I had to empty it out. I had a lot of waste sitting there. We'll go ahead and get that banner trimmed out. I have to take my time when I cut things out because I have a tendency to trim too closely. So now I'm going to pop it up, add some foam dots on the back, peel off the liners there with my tweezers, and get that mounted into place. Grab it by the corner. Oops, had some little bits there stuck there. And we'll go ahead and get that mounted. I think it looks kind of good offset to the left there you know, in the scale of the whole design. And then I have these sequins. I have been hoarding these sequins. They're by Lawn Fawn, and I've just been hanging on to them for forever. And I was like, girl, you got to use them. So another method for gluing on sequins that I've been using that I, you know, saw Christina Werner also doing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this too. I'm going to take my quick stick, and I took the multi-medium or multi-matte medium. This is from Ranger, and I just squirted that onto a little Post-it note. And I already had my sequins kind of laid out where I knew I wanted them to go. And I'm just going to grab that with my quick stick. It's just going to pick up, quick stick, pick up stick, whatever they call it. Anyway, it's got a tacky end, and then the other end has a poker tool that you can pull out of the other end. And I'm just picking up the sequins with the sticky tacky part, swiping it into the glue, and then pushing it off into place with the pokey end of that tool. And there you go, a really beautiful and different Thanksgiving card. Thanks for watching.